G'day all you mad gamers, I'm Mad Mikey, and guess what? I come from the bloody land down under, and in today's gaming news opinions, we're going to talk about whether Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, is ever going to come to any other consoles other than PC or PlayStation 4, and in just it's been a very slow day today, we're going to talk about how a Sony executive has put his foot in his mouth. And don't forget guys, it's not just gaming news, it's just my opinion. And it's generally unscripted.
Mad Mikey Gaming.
Welcome all you mad gamers. As I said in the intro, I'm Mad Mikey, and in today's news, which is Tuesday the 6th of June 2017, there really isn't that much gaming news out there. Not many leaks today, which is very surprising. But guys, if you like what I put on my show, as well as just generally my opinions, I know you've got your own as well, so put them in the comments down below. I'd also like a thumbs up and a subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. So heading up in today's gaming news, we're going to talk about how Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, is trying to make its way onto Xbox One consoles and Nintendo Switch. So the director over there has been in continual talks with the likes of Nintendo and Microsoft into bringing the MMO onto their consoles. And it seems like it has been going on for quite a while. Now the problem seems to be in confirming that the two platform holders need to allow for instant update patches without going through certifications. And they also just want a little bit of cooperation to support the gaming community. He is put on and is quoted saying, "We need to make sure Nintendo and Microsoft understand what we do and have them know about our online and QA regulations. We believe that these conversations will take a long time." Now, what is confirmed as being one of the main issues with the Xbox One is the fact that you need an Xbox Live subscription to be able to play any online games. Now, Microsoft have not stood back on any of their games in regards to this. If you want to play online, you have to pay the online subscription. Whereas the people over at PlayStation 4 and Sony, they're pretty lax with that. So that's really actually a good thing about Sony at the moment. They understand that if there's an online only game, you shouldn't actually have to pay that price to play that game on top of what Final Fantasy is still doing, a subscription service. I don't understand that. There's a lot of free trials and things like that, and you can actually play up to, I believe, level 35 at the moment. If you were so inclined to really dredge through the story and the MMO. But it seems like it's going to be a long time, and I don't really understand with the Switch and the direction that they're going in terms of having the portability there. I mean, obviously you can have a Wi-Fi portable thing there with you so you can play online while you're on the go, but it would be actually really interesting to see it go on there. But yeah, nothing much is going to come for a while, it doesn't seem like. I actually play it on the PlayStation 4 very rarely. I do pay the subscription. I really do enjoy the game, but I've really got to sit down and play it as a whole and just really get engrossed with it. And generally that only happens when I'm on holiday for extended periods of times when there isn't another game sort of coming out. But I do really enjoy my time on there. The only thing that I don't like are the dungeons where you've got to rely on other people to come in and play with you. But let's move on to what I read today. And it made me kind of mad. Sony executive Jim Ryan, of Sony's head of global sales, was actually quoted the other day saying, "We have dabbled much with backwards compatibility." Yes, we're talking about backwards compatibility. "And I can say that it is one of those features that is much requested, but not actually used much." I beg to differ, sir. And then he went on to go and said that, and I was at a Gran Turismo event recently and they had the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3 and the PS4 games, and the PS1 and the PS2 games looked ancient. Well, they kind of are. Why would anybody play this? Classic. Can't buy it anywhere because you guys don't make it backwards compatible. Ooh, this is a good one. GameCube re-released it. Plays pretty good. Still plays pretty good on my TVs. Unknown one, but I love this game and there is no way that this is getting remade anytime soon. I know it's number 2, but I don't have number 1. But this is where GTA all started. This is the first game that made me believe that gaming could enter my world of two loves, gaming and horror. The best bloody selling thing over the Christmas holidays that people were scrambling for and paying astronomical amounts off of eBay, off of Gumtree, which is like, Facebook groups, those sorts of things. Guys, you can't say that people don't use them. I mean, God forbid, I know I run a show called Shit I'll Probably Never Play, and I probably never will, but when my gaming room is set up and I've got all of those consoles set up, readily available for me to play, instead of having to muck around with the cables and everything, I'm going to be playing these games quite a lot. Now, I know I might be just a small majority of a lot of people out there, but these are classic games, and if you guys are in tune with anything, you would know the copious amounts of money that we have to play as older gamers, aka the average aged gamers of out there buying your consoles. So I want you to do a couple of things then, if that's your opinion on the whole thing, Sony. Now, I know, look, this context of what he said could have been taken out of proportion. He may not have said it like, oh, why would anybody want to play this? He may have just said, why would anybody want to play this? When he's sort of pointing to something. I don't know. I'm not a journalist. The journalism of this could have been written in a certain way that made it sound that way. But guys, you continually push out, and I'll talk about what you have so far on the PlayStation 3. You've got the Sega Mega Drive collection. You've got the Capcom Digital collection. You have the Namco Museum 50th anniversary. More recently on the PlayStation 4, you've got Atari Flashbacks Volume 1 and 2, the Mega Man collections that have just come out, and you've just released Final Fantasy VII, which is a PlayStation 1 classic, last year in lieu of the remake of Final Fantasy VII. Guys, people are crying out for these old memories of games that they want to be able to go back. God knows when and if I'm ever blessed with kids or anything, I want to go back and I want to show him the games that Daddy used to play when he was younger, and I want him to sort of see them with the same eyes that I had, because I have to go and spend amazing amounts of money to get these retro games so that I can play them again. When if you guys sort of put them on backwards compatibility, you can put them at a reasonable digital price. Now, I've bought like Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill, all those kinds of games on your PlayStation 3's backwards compatibility. Yes, they look terrible, but my God, I love that game. And that takes me back to a very good time in my life when I fell in love with gaming. And I hope that opinion changes very soon, because I mean, they're still putting up like PS2 classics. Yes, they're giving them a fresh small coat of paint and adding achievements and trophies and those sorts of things. But guys, listen to your consumers, because we're the ones that keep you guys in business. Now guys, this is just my opinion. This is just my rant. But retro gaming is an art that needs to be upheld. They need to be put in museums. They need to be put in places where you can play them. But even better, if they were put in your current living room. That's all I've got to say about that, gamers. If you've enjoyed today's show, I hope you give me a thumbs up. Put your comments down below on what you think of this whole situation. Do you think that retro games can't be played on your new TVs, your new consoles? Or if you just like, nah, look, they look ugly. Yes, they do. But you know what? You wouldn't have today's current games without them. And guys, even like Metal Jesus, the Game Chasers, they've got millions, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Just look on YouTube, because there is a huge market out there crying out for it. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic day gaming, and I hope to hear from you guys down below. Bye.